CNN's chief media correspondent Brian Stelter is upset that the new Fox News primetime lineup consists of, quote, all white males for the first time in the network's 20-year history. After Megyn Kelly announced that she's quitting and moving over to NBC, nothing but crap, Fox announced that Tucker Carlson was going to be taking her slot, making the lineup Bill O'Reilly, Tucker Carlson, and then Sean Hannity. But that's just not enough diversity for the counterfeit news network clowns at CNN. Stelter lamented on Twitter, "The shift leaves Fox with an all-white male primetime lineup. For the first time in its 20-year history, here is my story." It's a little bit strange that he'd be so upset. I mean, isn't an all-male lineup something that you're into, Brian? Although I am a little disappointed myself that Tomi Lahren didn't take Megyn Kelly's slot just yet, but she's still, unfortunately, reportedly still under contract with The Blaze until the end of the summer. CNN, the clown news network's the same corporation that employs Symone Sanders as a contributor, the woman who makes fun of white people who get viciously attacked by gangs of black thugs.
What do you say to the people who dragged a poor white guy out of a car and beat him?
Oh my goodness, poor white people, please, oh my, stop it, Carl.
And in fact says that the recent incident of the Facebook Live kidnapping and torturing was, quote, not a hate crime.
We cannot callously go about classifying things as a hate crime. Motive here matters. So was this for hate of Donald Trump, the president-elect, because of the things that he has said, or was this for pure hate of white people? That matters, because if we start going around and anytime someone says something or does something really egregious, really bad and sickening in this instance in connection with the president-elect or Donald Trump or even President Obama for that matter, because of their political leanings, that is slippery territory. That is not a hate crime.
CNN, the same network that employs Mark Lamont Hill as a contributor who says with a straight face that black people can't be racist.
To say that the Black Lives Matter movement is racist is bizarre to me. Not just because black people don't have the institutional power to be racist or to deploy racism, but because the movement is called for justice. It's called for demilitarization. It's called for nonviolence.
CNN, the same network that perpetuated the biggest lie of 2015 with the hands up, don't shoot hoax, adding fuel to the fire of the racist Black Lives Matter hate group.
We want you to know that our hearts are out there marching with them. Please tweet us your comments. Poppy Harlow is up next. Before we go, a story I know Poppy loves, a discovery that stunned scientists on the complete T-Rex fossil, the most complete one ever found, and then lost.
CNN, the same network that gave airtime to a story from a political analyst who said that Donald Trump had a 1% chance of becoming president. Brian, you work for a network that employs Don Lemon, a guy who held up a giant sign consisting of the N-word, asking if it offends people, live on the air. The same Don Lemon that got drunk live on the air during your network's New Year's Eve coverage and was babbling about how he wanted to get his nipple pierced and his New Year's resolution was to get a boyfriend in 2017. Maybe you two might want to hook up. The same Don Lemon that said it wasn't evil what those black thugs did to that poor white mentally handicapped man on Facebook Live. He just said that they had bad parenting.
At the end of the day, you just try to wrap your head around evil. That's what this is. It's evil. It's brutality. It's man's inhumanity to man. And
I don't think it's evil. I don't think it's evil. I think these are young people, and I think they have bad home training.
Brian, you work for a network that showed B-roll of a video game from Fallout 4 during a story about the supposed Russian hacking. You work for a network that had an analyst defame Julian Assange live on the air, falsely claiming that he was a pedophile. Your coworker Donna Brazile was caught giving Hillary Clinton the questions in advance of your network's debate. You work for a network in which one of your chief political correspondents admitted was a cheerleader for the Iraq War. Former host Amber Lyon has come forward and revealed that your network allows third world dictators to censor and selectively edit documentaries that are critical of their countries so that their country doesn't kick the CNN International franchise from their country. Your former chief news executive, Eason Jordan, admitted that he censored atrocities that were committed by Saddam Hussein so that he wouldn't kick the CNN franchise out of the country because there was an Iraq CNN affiliate. You work for a network which sells a license to its name, likeness, and reporters so that they can be used in fictional Hollywood films. What kind of a real news agency allows their reporters to concoct fake stories and use their trademark logo in big blockbuster Hollywood movies?
Fake news has become a plague on the web.
So Brian, I think you worrying about the quote all-white male lineup over at Fox News is probably the least of your problems.